Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of House Flipper 2. Guys, I got an email from one of the people over at Frozen Districts inviting me to try out the Summer Splash design competition. And I didn't know anything about it, and so I looked into it, and I found it, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to put all 19,800 of you guys subscribers. I'm going to let you watch me build my submission for this competition. What I need you to do is vote for it. I think that's how they win. I think you go into mod.io and you upvote stuff. I'm not quite sure, but hopefully that's how it works. So I need your support if that's how it works. And you're going to get to see the craziness that goes on in my mind as we build this. All right. So we might record some of this. We might live stream some of this. It's due by the end of the month. I'm going to go into sandbox mode. Right here. You got to go into community content and you have to actually go and get it. So this is the map. Let's go ahead and play it. We're going to edit property. So the guidelines are pretty simple. I can't change the pool. I got to leave it the way it is, right? I can delete all of this stuff. I can delete all this stuff, but I can't change the shape of the pool. So I just want to make sure. Hold on, I want to check something real quick. If I go into hold on real quick. I gotta find... Where the frick is my tab? Where's my Steam tab? Where's my information? All right, it says right here. So here's the rules of the competition. Hold on. It says you're not allowed to alter the contest shell itself. Screenshot number 1, which is the shell of the pool. The original pool shape must appear entire and unchanged in your final project. Use any third-party software, which we don't do, and change the size of the existing pool, which we're not going to do. You may resize the plot, remove any items or vegetation, join the new pools to existing pools, and change the environment. All right, so we need to upload the finished property mod.io with at least 5 screenshots, which we'll do, and has to have a tag. Now, I don't know. Let's go back to the game. I don't know how this works as far as voting, but it says we can... I can't change the pool. So this is the pool, and but I can get rid of all the vegetation. I think for right now we're just gonna leave the vegetation as is, and I want to see if I can change. How do we do this? Change, edit land borders. Okay, how do we do this? Set player starting position, move border. Yeah. Can I move it that way? Yeah, that way. Apply. Do I have to remove? Let's see, how do we do this? I've never actually increased the borders before, so I'm not quite sure how this works. It says we can, though. All right, do I have to get rid of this house? All right, it doesn't seem like that's a thing. So how do I change the borders if I can't edit borders? Set player queue. What is this? Okay. Set player starting position. I did. Set player starting position. I did. Why does that matter? Whatever. Oh, that's the player when you're doing it. Okay, never mind. What am I doing? Move borders. Right, how do you move borders? It says you can't. So can I go out beyond these houses? Yeah, see, it doesn't. We're already having a problem here, guys. It doesn't let you because of the other freaking houses. Now, is there a way to change, resize the plot, remove any items, or join the pool? So that sucks. So I can't really change. Look how big this is. And I can't really change the plot size because you guys put houses on the property. And, doesn't seem like there's a way to get rid of the properties. See, I can't sell. Change size, I can't get rid of this. Well, that sucks because this pool is gigantic. All right, guys, I had to go in Discord, and one of the gracious people over there said you can and move the borders, but it's... I couldn't get... You guys saw I couldn't get it. The borders turned red, so I just moved. If you can move locations, so if you just go into this thing right here, you can change the environment, like right here. So we have like downtown, forest, island, coast, whatever. I don't know if we take it back to the coast, though, does it? Yeah, that screwed up everything. Yeah, so that doesn't work. We might have screwed that up. Let's go back to environment. Let's go back to forest. There, that's better. Okay. I'm thinking I'm going to need, like, more room than this, to be honest with you, because this isn't very big. So we're going to go ahead and move this border back some more. I have big plans for this house, just so you guys know. So we're going to move that back, move that. Oh, so that says no can do. All right, so the house has to be deep. All right, I was planning on making like a courtyard shape house. I don't know why you'd want the pool in the front. That's the only problem I'm having. So can I take this one this way? No. All right, so you can only take it that way. That sucks. All right, well... Really sucks, to be honest with you. All right, we'll just deal with it. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. Yeah, we'll just have to deal with it. I don't know how we're going to deal with it, but we're going to deal with it. So we're going to get rid of all this crap. Let's get rid of this. No, I just want to get rid of it. Press R. Get rid of it. Thank you. We'll leave that there. We'll leave the trees. And I can do anything I want except change the style of the shape of the pool. Okay, we can't change the shape of the pool. That's in the guidelines. All right, so what I'm thinking of is I can build around the pool, right? We got all these weird shapes, but I got this height up here. Looks to be the same height as that. So I don't know if we necessarily, if I build a wall, let's see if I can build a wall and I copy that. See, I want to copy the surface, and I can't alter. Wait, let me read the rules just so I know the rules again, because the rules are kind of vague. It says you're not allowed to alter the contest shell itself. The original pool shape must appear entirely and unchanged. Okay, so I'll have to go outside of it. That's fine. We can do that. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go right here, and we're going to come up like that, right? So I'm not altering it, adding to it, right? And we're going to go like this, down, oh, down, and then out this way so that I know where my boundaries is, okay? All right, so I like that. I think I want to keep that right there. I think we might have something we might want to do over here. And then over here, I can't do anything with this other than change the surface, right? I can take this off though, if we wanted to. And that's the entrance into the hot tub. So I am allowed to take off this. I just can't mess with the pool. Right? That's what it said. So I can technically put a wall here if we wanted to, like that. And then, is this part of the original? Hold on. I gotta see. All right. So all the little footpaths we do, I'm actually looking on the thing. All the little footpaths we do have to keep on there. All right. So all these little footpaths right here. So I actually have to keep that on there. That sucks. So let's do undo, because that means I have to, why would you want to climb into your, I don't. So let's put a wall here just for fun. Same height. And then I am not allowed to alter that. So we will probably put something over top of it. Or we might just leave it like that. Can I build on top of it? I literally can't alter the shape. All right, whatever. All right, so that's fine. Okay. So what I'm thinking of is, I think that what we're going to do is we're going to have a surface up here. I don't know what surface we're going to use. That's not what I wanted to do. Press R. No. I guess it doesn't matter. Just do this. Can't you copy surface finish? I think I could change this. Whatever. Oh, you see how this is a step down? You guys, this right here is why they need people that actually are in the industry to design these things. Why would you have this? Literally, why would you have that? Okay. That means I have to build mine at this level right here, right? So we're going to build ours at this level. I'm just going to put a wall right there. And I'm going to put one right here. Okay. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go into this. I'm going to click R, and I'm going to change this to, let's change it to a gray marble, just so that I can see what we're doing. All right. That work with you guys? We'll do a gray marble, and then we're just going to paint this whole thing gray. This too, so I can see what we're doing. So that's going to be gray. And I built this, and we built this, and then I built this all the way to here. And then I built this. All right, so that's going to give me a kind of an idea of what we did, right? And I'm just going to paint this too. I'm going to paint this. So this is like a foundation wall. All right, that's cool. All right, so that's what we're allowed to do. All right, and then, so what I want to do is let's just take this surface. Nope, copy that surface, thank you. And let's bring it out like this. This isn't gonna be the final surface. We're just laying out some stuff right now, all right? So sit back, relax, go get you something to drink. This might be a long episode. It's gonna be like a stream, but recorded. So you guys just can just watch, all right? And I think I wanna bring that down this way too, probably to here. All right, and then we'll probably do like a little wall right there, and then we're probably going to terrace this down with some steps. And then let's go inward, select point inward. Okay, and then I'm going to go like this. All right, I just want to see where the grade was. See that grade right there? But I can manipulate the grade, remember? We can manipulate the grade. Just can't manipulate what's already here. So I want to outline what we're not allowed to touch. I can't touch any of this crap. Right, we're just going to outline all this, and we'll play with it later. Just gives me an idea, right? All right, so I can, oh, actually I just need to paint that. Let's paint this, paint all this and all that. All right, cool. So now I know. And knowing's half the battle. All right, so that's what I'm allowed to play with. I think what we want to do is we want to have a really large house. What I'm thinking about doing is actually bringing, like, I know this is the front of the property, but I think we're gonna have the front of the property like over here. We're gonna make it the front of the property. You know what I'm saying? But I'm kind of thinking that this needs to, the house side needs to be over here on the high side, and then this can be the landscape area. So the house needs to sit over here. So maybe we have like the driveway come in this way and the garage and stuff is back there. That would probably be the best bet. All right, so let's go back into this and let's just continue this like this for right now. And we're gonna just play around with some heights here just so I can see what's going on. I just do not like the fact that they drop that down. I hate that. I absolutely hate it. All right, let's think about this. Let's have this come back about that far. That's a good tub deck size, right? It's good tub deck size. Okay, cool. Because the only thing I could think of is we could actually, I'm going to keep this shape, right? We could put a plant here and raise this up. You know what? We might just do that. I might just put a plant here. That way I'm not touching this. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this, right? I'm not touching that, right? And we can raise all this up to be the same level, and then that can just be a plant. Yep. Or we could just set something in there, right? We could set like you know, like this thing here or something, right? That would be the base of it. Or I have an even better idea. This could be a shower. You could put a shower here. You know how sometimes you have showers, even though there's no sand around here. We're going to get rid of all the sand. I think that's what we'll do. That way this can all be flush. And that's kind of how I want it. I want it to be flush. So let's bring, don't touch that, please. Let's bring all this up. Oh, I have it on inward, don't I? Outward, please. All right, let's have all this. I'm actually going to leave a little line there just so I don't touch it. And then we'll come in and fill it back later. All right, this is cool. This makes me happy. All right, we'll do that. Now I can fill all this in. And no, this isn't going to be shiny concrete. We're going to paint this all later. Okay, that works perfect. All right, so that way I can have all this up at that level. And we'll have this come all the way out like this. And like this and across, and then this is all going to be our, you know, we're going to have, that's going to be our wall. The only thing we could do over here is put stairs that come down to this, which would be kind of cool. They even got a little squirt gun right there. Look at this. Look at that. That's interesting, isn't it? And I can't touch it. All right, cool. Let's start thinking about our house. Okay. As you guys know me, I like doing modern designs. So this is going to be a modern house. All right. So we're going to make this one. I have a whole month to design this, guys. So we're going to make it over the top. So what I want to do is, can I increase this border back here real quick? Not a land hole. Can I increase the back border anymore? No. So that's as big as I can go on this house. Okay. So that'll just have to work. So unfortunately, the front of the house is going to be back here. Yep. The front of the house is going to be here. All right, let's get a different color brick. Let's just put one on the ground. All right, and then we're going to, let's paint it. I didn't want to do that. Let's paint it. Can I do concrete? I want something I'm going to be able to see. You know what, what is this? It's just that. Okay. Let's just make it out of corkboard or OSB. Let's do that. Okay. We're just going to make this all, we're going to build the house out of OSB. There we go. And then we're going to paint it. All right. So then I can go like this, and I want to copy that finish. Okay. So what I'm thinking is we're going to have an L-shaped house, a modern home. Okay. This house is going to be the fun area, and this is going to be like the living space area. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to have like a guest suite down here. And the main bedrooms and stuff are going to be on that part of the house. And what we'll probably have is like maybe a garage or something come in on that side. But I think I want to have the house. I just want to take a measurement here. See, that is 24 feet right there. So if I did a line here, I'm just going to put a line down. I'll build this out of OSB. I'm just lining out some stuff, all right? And if I did a 40-foot deep house, actually, if we did, let's say a 30-foot room there, okay? And then we'll put a wall here. Oops. Whoops, clicking every button that you're not supposed to. Okay. All right, that gives me a 30-foot room. All right, and then I want to center this on that pool. And this pool is how deep? This is what? 37.4. Of course, you couldn't make it even. I'm going to say that that's probably our center point, somewhere about there. All right, so I'm going to take that back like that. So that's my center point, and let's get rid of this wall. All right, and let's get rid of this wall. So that's the center point of my house, focused on that tree. So, and I want to have this room somewhat large, right? So 30 by, I mean, 30 by 30 would be fine. So about right there, and let's take a wall this way. And then we'll take a wall this way. Now, understand, I don't have a floor plan for this house. We're doing this off the top of our head, right? And then we're going to go basically 15 for this way. And then we'll go like this. Whoops, that was too high. And then like that. Boom. All right. And then we'll get rid of this. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do, but that's okay. All right, I'm going to leave that center line here. Not that the house is going to be symmetrical. I just wanted this room to be centered on that space. All right. Bam and bam. All right. So that's going to be our great room. And then I want the kitchen, I actually want the dining room to be pretty much the side of it. But I'm thinking of, if this is our room, and that room is how deep? That room is now 30 feet. So if I came in 15, which is going to be, I'm not going to have a center line because it's 30, right? So, and we work off of 8s. So let's just imagine that's somewhat the center of the room. I'm going to have a fireplace that's going to sit like this. All right, we're going to have a fireplace that sits like this. And it's going to be a dual-sided fireplace. And then we're going to have a dining room right here. So we're going to run this 16 foot to the edge of that. It's perfect. All right, let's do 16 to right there. So we're going to run this back to here. Boom. All right, cool. So that's going to be the eating area. And then the kitchen is going to be sitting right here on the corner. And there's going to be a hallway that's going to go down this way. But that hallway is only going to be, see, dining room, kitchen. I think we're going to come to about right here. All right. And then that's going to be the edge of this. Whoops. That's going to be the edge of this. And then we're going to run a wall basically back here. All right. And that's going to be kind of a hallway space. Okay. So we got family room, large dining room. I don't necessarily think we need a full 30-foot dining room, so we might bump this in a little bit. Let's say like 4 foot. Yeah, that's fine. I keep clicking the escape button. I don't know why I'm doing that. So let's bring that in like that. And that was what, 4 foot? 3 foot 4? Oh, we can do that on this side too. And we can bring this across like this. All right, that's cool. So that's going to be, so we don't need that section of wall right there, which is fine. I like that. And then over here, so I have a kitchen and then stuff over there. Over here, maybe we put the, you know what? Maybe we put the, I kind of want the kitchen over here though, but I'd like to have the garage next to the kitchen. So I don't want to, yeah, because this is the high side and I don't want to have to deal with this crap over here. And the hot tub's over there and I don't think I want the hot tub. We could still put the garage over here. Yeah, that's fine. We'll put the garage on this side. What I think we'll do is we could do both. We're fine. I'll probably have a driveway coming in over here on this far edge. And we'll come in this way because the kitchen's going to sit right here, basically. I don't know how big the kitchen's going to be. If we looked at the way that this is laid out, we put the garage there, and that could be the living room and stuff, or the utility room. So let's think of this. If I wanted to have like a 5-foot walking path or 6, so if I brought this across like this, let's just say that that's a hallway, or not really a hallway, but just a space. And then I kind of want to have about 12 foot, which would be good mark, and we'll bring this back. Like such. All right. And that the kitchen's going to be linear. And then I want to have pretty much a hallway. Let's do another 6-foot hallway. It's a pretty wide hallway, but on this size of the house, it's okay. So like that. And then this space here would probably be, maybe we do like a, oh, you know what would be cool? This would be really cool. Okay. Let's put a door here and then let's bring this across like this. Not that. We don't need that. All right. And then let's take this out here. And then let's come back 2 feet. 2 foot 8's fine. And that actually lines up with that wall. That's perfect design, guys. This is going to be a bar for the pool, but it's going to be under roof. And you can get access to it from the kitchen. So from the kitchen, there'll be a door here that you can come right out to the bar. There'll be a bar and stuff here. So we'll probably have a hallway behind it. There's a 5'4" hallway. That's fine. We'll come across like this. All right, how deep of a space do I have here now? So this is, we're fine. We're perfect. Okay. So that's going to be a hallway. So let's go ahead and get rid of this line and this line. Okay, so we're kind of laying it out. All right. This is going to be the entry from the garage. Okay, and then we're going to have a hallway that goes down into like a guest suite because I don't want them connected to the main house. I mean, I do, but I don't. And I'm going to pretty much have that as a glass. We're going to have it as a glass, like a breezeway type thing. All right. And I don't know where we want it, so I'm going to worry about that later. But for over here, I'm going to bring this wall out for right now. Okay. And then if this is my kitchen right here, I would like to have a butler's pantry behind it, or like a prep kitchen behind it. And so I'm going to make this, I want to have enough room for cabinets on each side, plus like a 4-foot walkway. So we're looking at like cabinets are 2 foot deep. So I got 2 foot, 4 foot, and 2 foot. So that's 8 foot. Exactly what I got shown there. And then let's just go 2 more spaces just to make it nice and comfy. And then we're going to come out like that. All right. So that's going to be behind the kitchen, but kind of off of the back hallway. So we're going to have like a butler's pantry type kitchen here. And it's going to be connected to some kind of a pantry. I don't know what, but it's going to be like a pantry there. Okay. And I tell you what, if somebody copies my design while we're doing this, at least I have a video to prove that it was my design. All right. So we're laying this out. So let's do this real quick. Let's grab, do we want it flush though? Do we want it flush with the pool, or do we want to step down? I think I want to have it flush with the pool deck. I really do. So let's go ahead and do this. That's not what I want. I wanted that. And we're just going to like, right now, we're just going to kind of highlight in where our slab is. So this is going to look, by the time we do this, it's going to look like I have a real house sitting here because this is the slab of the house, right? So we'll come in like this and we'll go like that. So it's kind of like we're laying out the bottom plates of the walls right now. It's kind of cool of that come across, right? And then we're going to have this section here come across, and then this section here will just be from here to here, and we'll just have that come across. And I don't need that little section here. Nope, just to here, please. Boop. There we go. Cool. So we're kind of laying out our house, right? I don't know what this surface is going to be. We could figure out something later. I mean, if we wanted to, we could paint this right now and find something that would look good out here. I don't really know what I want to do out here. I really don't. I don't want to make it dark, but I also don't want to make it like super weird and awkward that you wouldn't typically have on a house like this. Okay. So I mean, we could do brushed concrete, which would be fine, and that's what this would look like. I mean, you would have brushed concrete. This would probably not be the best thing to use. Yeah, that's kind of a brush. It's actually not that bad, is it? So we could do all this in brushed concrete. Maybe we do like a design in it or something, but I'm sure it would probably look better if we did it all in like some kind of a tile, which we'll probably end up doing. But just for right now, we're just going to paint it this color just so that you can kind of see where the difference between the house is and the actual pool structure. Whoops. Come in like that, and then we'll just paint this. So this is going to be part of the outside of the house like that, and then we'll just bring this all the way down to there. Cool. And this, okay, that's cool. I'm okay with that. All right, and then we'll probably have that as landscaping. All right, so that's kind of what we're looking at now. All right, cool. So that's our great room. It's going to have really tall ceilings. Probably going to have a floor over this half and a floor over this half, right? So if I wanted to, let's go ahead and grab this cue. Let's talk about floor heights, okay? So I want to have a first floor height of 10 feet, all right? So if I go up 10 feet, there's 10 foot right there, all right? We're just going to do one of those, and then I'm going to bring one right up beside it. All right, and then we're going to get rid of that one. So I'm kind of building my walls, all right? So there's 10 feet. So bring that across to about right there, and we'll just connect that up. Bam. And I didn't need to do that. Crap. Undo. Go all the way up. Cool. All right, so that's 10 foot. So we're just going to box this room in. It doesn't mean that's what the room's going to look like. Just boxing it in right there. And if you're asking why don't you fill in all the walls, we're not going to have a lot of walls. All right, so that's that. I just want to get the feel for space. All right, and then we're going to come up like this. Bam. All right, so this is going to be our great room. All right. Oops, didn't mean to do that. And grab that whole side there. Just want this piece. Thank you. All right, then we got to think about the second floor. All right, so the second floor we're going to use. On my videos, I always use 2 blocks, 14 inches or 16 inches. All right, and then this is the actual floor line of the second floor. Okay. So that would be the floor line of our second floor, which means if that's my floor line, I want to go from this block here. I want to go up another 10 feet because we're going to make both floors 10 feet. Okay, so here's 10 feet. Boom. Okay, so that means this wall is going to come up to here. Boom. And then we're going to get rid of this. Boom. And then that's going to be, wait a second. Is that 10 feet? That's 9'4". Oh yeah, plus this block. Plus this block. So that should be 9 foot or 10 foot to there. Yep, that's 10 foot. Okay. So our ceiling is going to be here. All right. So that's kind of here. Man, I've been playing so many games where it's either escape or it's not escape. All right. So we're going to bring this across like that. Maybe one more. And then we're going to take that up. All right. So we're building out our structure. Okay. Take it to there. Take it to the house. Boom. All right. To that and to there. I didn't need to do that, but that's okay. Why there is an erase button. Just sometimes it goes crazy. All right, so that, if you're standing in our family room, that's the height of the, you see how tall that's going to be? And this is all going to be glass. And you're going to go out onto the patio. All right, so what we're probably also going to have is an overhang on this roof that's going to come out. Now remember, in a couple of videos ago, I said I was getting questions about how cantilevering works. Like, how do you have buildings that kind of stick out, right? And there's a rule because of the 1/3 rule. So if this is 30 feet, right? That's 32 feet. Let's just say 30. I can actually come out 1/3 of that as a cantilever. Just like that, right? So that's my cantilever. Now, would I do that? Probably not. But I'd probably come out maybe 7. Just a comfortable number, right? So that's probably going to be our roof that's going to overhang the main house in some fashion. We don't know how yet. It's just going to just go with it. All right. So that's going to be our roof structure. So you're going to have all this section here that's going to be covered, and then all this section here that's not. And I think that's probably a good medium in between the two. I like that. That gives me a lot of space here for, you know, tables and chairs and whatnot. So I think that's going to be good. So we'll go with that. So here we're going to have a wall that's going to come across. Actually, let's just go ahead and go like this. All right. That's going to be right there. And then we're going to have this one come across. All right. So that's going to be that. And then we'll have this one come out like this. We're literally framing a house in real time. We're just not putting studs in it, but it looks like studs. All right. We're putting the corners of the house in. All right. And then we're going to have this one come up and then this across. All right. So we're getting a good idea of what the house is going to look like. And if you guys wonder how I do this in real life, this is how I do it in real life. When I'm trying to design something, it kind of goes like this. I'm not designing it with straight lines or anything like this, but this is kind of like what's going on in my head. All right. So here, what I might want to do, since we're going to have a second floor above this. All right. And it's going to come across about there, but my second floor is actually going to be way up here, right? So I'm okay with dropping this down like this, if it'll let me. Thank you. Imagine that's a beam. We love beams. All right, did I make this? Is that right? From here to here, 9'4". That's 10 foot. Oh, that line's wrong. This, oh, poop. Yeah. I got these wrong. 9'4", 10 foot. All right, so yeah. That's the 10 foot. That's why we have these two stacked here. This is actually our ceiling height right here. So this one actually goes away. This one goes away, right? Because it's 10 foot to the ceiling, right? So we got to go from here to there is 10 foot. Okay, so that is our ceiling line and then our floor joist. So our ceiling sits like this, and this is our second floor. So our second floor would sit right here, basically. Bam, all the way across to here. Bam, all right? So that's our second floor. Am I going to have a second floor there? Most likely. And then probably going to have a second floor that's going to sit here as well. Or do we... Maybe we just kind of conceal it back here. All right. We'll worry about the second floor later. We're going to kind of get ahead of ourselves. Let's go ahead and finish this little area here first. All right. So we're going to come in from the garage. We're going to have a butler's pantry. This is going to be the kitchen. This wall isn't going to be here, so don't worry about that part. That wall is, but this wall is not going to be there. So that wall is not going to be here. That wall will be. You're going to come in, drop your stuff off. So my garage is going to be somewhere around here. We're going to have a utility room here. So basically here, we'll just line that up just for fun. That's a good size utility room. I'm going to need like a half bath too for guests. So maybe what we do is since this is a pool, like a bar area, maybe what we end up doing is we have like a 6 foot, go like this, and then we have this come in like this. Okay, that's just gonna be a hallway. And then there's gonna be a bathroom, like a shower, a pool shower right here. So let's make it 6 foot. We could make it like 7 foot deep. That's fine. We'll make it 7 foot deep. And 13 feet's pretty long. 12 foot's pretty long. A 10 foot would probably be fine. We're just gonna make it like that for right now. So, and then we don't need this, right? Don't need that. It's gonna be a hallway. This is gonna be a hallway. But we will need that little section there. So that's gonna be part of the house right there. So you'll have a door here, and then you can come straight in to the pool bath or go to the house. And then we'll utility room here. And then I think this is going to be our garage right here. So if we go back and grab this, if I want my garage, actually, let's just get rid of this. All right. And then let's go from here. 22.8, that's probably fine. And then we'll have this come across. We'll try to do like a 3-car garage maybe. So I'm going to probably need like at least like 36 feet roughly. And then we might have like an extra garage down here at the end. We'll see how this works out. So that's going to be like that, right? So that's going to be our garage. So we need to copy this and basically have this come across and then out like that. And we'll have that go like this. And then we'll have this go like this. Cool. All right, so my garage, my driveway is going to come in from this direction. That's going to be that. This is going to be the kitchen. That's the dining room area. Kitchen here. We'll probably have like an office out here. This is going to be the front of the house, by the way, looking this way. What I think I want to do here on the entryway, though, is we're going to need like a really cool staircase to get up. So we'll have like a really cool staircase out here. I'm not quite sure how yet. But I think what I want is I want the regular bedrooms on this side of the house, and I want the master bedroom over here. And what we might do for that is have, how would we want to do this? I almost want to put a fireplace there and here. I know that'd be weird, but I've seen it done before where you have two. That's fireplace here. You're going to be able to see through into that. We might put the stairs. I would put the stairs in the great room, but my stairs should be over here. I don't think I'm going to have a second floor over here. I think we're just going to have taller ceilings. And this room might not even need to go all the way to here like that. We might just have another big bump in right here. Actually, we might do that. I kind of like that idea. So let's grab this. And I want to bring this, just bring it across. Remember when we're working with the front elevation too. So I don't want the front elevation to be like freaking square. But I also don't want it to look weird, right? So I like having the idea of having a hallway. Let's do like 6 feet again. A hallway that comes back to the master. And this being like a little courtyard for the master, like it's its own little thing off the pool. And I wouldn't mind if the house actually doesn't even, like you don't have that much room on this side of the house. So maybe this is like the master actually sits about right here. And I would probably be okay with that because I don't really want a bunch of people over here on this side. I want all the entertainment to be over here, right? So if we made that the master, I'm going to make the master probably about 20 feet wide because it's going to be a master, right? So I didn't click on that, so I didn't get to see where it went. There's 20 feet. So right there, that's a 20-foot mark. So let's do that. All right, that's cool. And if that's the case, then this might come back to here like that. Let's get rid of this. And then I want to get rid of this. And then this is just going to all be, I don't know if it's going to be grade. It could be just grade. If it is, I got to raise this grade up, right? Or we might just make it like a little sitting area for the master. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? A little sitting area for the master with a pergola on the top. That might be what we do. If that's the case, then I'm going to need like, actually, you know what we'll do? I'm going to put like a little office right here. Just a little office. Just for the master. It'll be a little office, and then they'll have their own little area here. So let's copy this. Copy that, actually. Like that. And then we'll copy this. It's going to be part of the house. All right. And then we need to copy that. Paint this that color. Copy that. Paint that color. Like so. Cool. And then, yeah, I want this to be, I think what we're going to do is we'll copy this, and I want this to be actually 14 feet tall. And that's fine if it lines up with that one. So let's go like, let's get like 14-foot ceilings in there. Right there. All right, let's bring that one up, 14. And then have this come across to there. And then this is going to come up to there. Cool. And then let's get rid of that. And then I don't need that. At least for right now, I don't. And I don't know if that's where it's going to end or not. I'm just making boxes right now. Okay. And then let's bring this up. And then we'll bring that across. I'm just kind of like outlining my master bedroom. Okay. We'll take that across like that. So that's, well, the master's sitting there. Lots of glass. We'll have this at the normal height here. So I just need this to be the 10 foot, right? So that's 10 foot. I think I got that wrong though, right? So it's 10 foot to there. So the ceiling height is here. So that's my 10 foot. I laid it out wrong last time. And then we'll bring this across. Boom. All right, cool. And then, yeah, we'll bring this one across as well. So let's just bring this up. So I know where to start it, and it'll bring that across. Cool. All right, so we're laying that out. So this ceiling is probably going to be on an angle. So it's probably going to come up like this. So this is probably going to have like a little wall that comes up like this a little bit. I think we'll do these, and I don't know if we will or not, but this would be cool if it was. If that's the case, that the 14 foot could be the top of our ceiling then. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't need to go up any higher. I think that'd be kind of weird. Start at 14 and vault up. That'd be okay. That'd be okay. So that's probably gonna be our top here, right? And I'm probably gonna have a dog barking. I'm probably gonna have it stick out about that far. So let's just say that that's my roof, my overhang. Now that's not gonna be the exact point of it, but we're gonna leave it to right there, and it's gonna stick out like that. Okay, just to give you guys an idea. And then this one is gonna remain low. I like that. That works. And then over here on the garage, I want to go ahead and bring the garage up. I want the garage to be a high ceiling. So just to give it some, so there's 12. Okay. So I want to go on top of that. All right, cool. That's all I needed right there. Jesus Christ. Okay. Get rid of this. Keep that. Get rid of that. There we go. And we'll grab this. Dang it. Why is it so hard just to get like one block, you know? It's just so hard. Unless there's a button that I'm doing that can help me out on that. Bring this all the way across to right there. Bring this up. So yeah, we might stream this just for fun. I know it's not going to be like exciting or anything, but I know a lot of you guys have asked me to do something like this so that you guys can kind of watch and maybe play along. I don't know. That's going to be the garage. We'll have 3 doors here. Technically, the garage should have a jog down. I don't know if we'll do that or not. We'll see. I do need to bring the grade up though. So let's go into, let's see, how do we do this? This, and then R, and then I need to this, right? I'm going to do it square. This is height. This is intensity. That's height. Okay. So isn't there a way to go like, sample height? Oh, I need a sample height. Okay. I need to go, do I have one that's that high? We don't. Well, we did. It's under here. Let's see. Let's sample this height. Actually, you know what? Let's just do this. Let's go like right here. That's fine. That didn't work. There, that's what I wanted it to do. All right, then we just need to raise that up a little bit more. So can I just, is there a way to raise it? Just raise? Yeah, let's just try that. That's too high. That's probably going to be fine right there because we'll bring this. Yeah, that's probably fine. That's probably fine right there. All right, so yeah, because I'm going to have this as a surface. We'll build a wall on that. All right, so that's fine. And then let's do that. And we'll match this, match that height, and then we'll just go like this, right? And then we'll clean that up in a little bit. And I'm just gonna bring this all that height there, and then it's gonna drop on the back side. I don't know if I can bring this as far as I can bring it, right? Yeah, it's not gonna let me. That's fine. We'll put a retaining wall right there. Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll just we'll copy this not that. We'll copy this, and we'll use this as the driveway, like this, right? That's gonna be the driveway surface. And then we'll put like a retaining wall right here if we can. Make this as deep as possible. And then click this and go inward. We'll just have that go down. Yeah, like that. I'll make that a retaining wall. Something cool. All right. And then we're going to have outward. And then we're going to probably have it go like this. And that's going to be like our driveway. Okay. All right. I need to do something real quick and I'll be right back. The next thing I want to work on is probably, I want to play around with the front. Okay. So if we're walking in, I want to be able to see straight through the house. I think that'd be cool. So I think what I want to do is I want to have an entryway that's quite wide. So 6 feet on one side. That would be good. Oops, wrong thing. Let's undo that. I need to click this one. There we go. So let's see here. If I make it 6 feet, I want to make sure that we get the, how big is our doors? Let's go to the store. I just want to check something. So if we go indoors and let's say that we pick like a really cool front door, which they don't really have a lot of them, but this would probably be the most the most modern looking front door, even this one. But how big is this? So if we put this on here, I'm just curious. This one is how many blocks? So it is exactly 5. It's 8 blocks. Okay, so it's an even number. So I wouldn't be able to put that centered. Do you see why? So it would be off-centered. Like if we put it here, it'd be like 3 on this side and then 4 on that side, not counting the middle block. Okay, but if we had a door like I could possibly put 2 of these like side by side, like one like this and then one like this. Well, it should let me. We might have to move one over. But that would be, see, it's only 5 blocks. So that would work with a center. Yeah, that might work. So we might do that. Yeah, that's fine. So we could use a center. We can use a center one. So let's get rid of that and that. So we're good here. So let's do, so if that door itself is 5 blocks, then I need to have it a lot wider than that. That's actually pretty wide, isn't it? So 5 blocks, that would give me a little bit. That's 6, 8. Let's do 11. So let's go there. All right. And then 11 blocks on the inside, 11 blocks on the inside. Actually, we need to keep this, even blocks. So let's do, that'd be 11, 11, 22, 23. No, that's right. That's right. That's right. We're good. So 11 blocks is there. That's the outside one. Okay, cool. So that's that. Cool. All right. So that's going to be my entryway. My entryway is going to be quite wide. Now, how deep do I want it? I have no freaking idea. But I'm thinking, since we're going to be coming into the, this room from here. Okay. And then we're going to be coming into this room from here. And this fireplace wall is going to come all the way up to the ceiling. All right. So that's going to be a big, gigantic fireplace wall. And it's going to stick out into the room just a little bit. We're going to build this thing by ourselves. It's going to come up to there. Okay. All the way up like this. It's actually going to be seen from the outside, the chimney part. And then this one's going to be the same depth, like that. But it's only going to go up this far. And if you're saying, well, how can you have it like that and not come up through here? Well, when they build a fireplace, it has a chimney chase. The flues are usually about 8 inches or so. So I don't need it to go through this floor. It can go up an angle and then go all the way up. So that's why we're doing it like that. Okay, so that's going to be my fireplace. I don't need one on this side. We could if we wanted to, but I don't need one. All right, so we're basically going to have it look like this, and then it's going to be like this, if you're wondering. It's going to look like this. All right, so it's kind of going to look like that, and then that part there is going to be gone. That's going to be gone. You're going to be able to see through it like that. Okay, so if that's the case, and then I'm going to have pretty much a wall that comes up like this to right about there and across. All right, whoops, clicking all the buttons that you don't need to click like that. Maybe. Thank you. And then get rid of this one like that. All right. So that's going to be our hallway into that room, right? So, and then we're going to have the same thing here. So this is the floor joist right there. And then I don't need that wall right here. So we don't need this, you see? So I actually brought that down one more, didn't I? Okay, that's cool. Wait, that's not right, is it? Oh yeah. The floor is too thick, so it's gonna be that's our floor. That's our ceiling line right there. So I don't want a header across there. I just want it to be open. It's a little bit more cleaner look like that. Okay, so we're gonna be looking into the great room from there, or into the dining room. This is gonna be filled in. Whoops, this is gonna be filled in. Possibly, it wouldn't need to be though. That we could have actually a hallway here if we wanted to. Actually, let's just go ahead and fill this in for right now. We'll figure out what we're gonna do with this. All right, so that's gonna be that, and then we'll probably have a window here. I don't know, but we got matching openings going into the other rooms. So if I were to enter the house, I wouldn't mind, even though we have an office here, I wouldn't mind having another office here. This would be like a personal office just for them, but this could be like a den or something for the family, right? And then I wouldn't mind having just a bank of cabinets. I actually wouldn't mind having this room accessible from another hallway that's on this side. So I wouldn't mind having basically a hallway that's 6 foot wide here that comes this way. All right. And then probably having the staircase right here, okay? And it'll be like a focal point, I think would be cool. Because that I think is going to be part of the upper floor too. So if I brought this out to there, and then let's go ahead. I want to make sure we're keeping track of our floor here. So this is going to come out to there, and then this is going to come out to, I don't know, somewhere about there, a roundabout, okay? So do we take our stairs like this up, or do we have them like just straight up and up and like come up at an angle and then up? Because we're going to see it from the front, right? So I want to make sure this is going to look cool from the front. But we need to make sure, like, if we're going to do this, then this right here might actually be from here all the way up. This might actually be a catwalk, okay? So that might actually be the catwalk for the second floor, or the balcony, or whatever you want to call it. So this might actually be the ceiling. If we can do this all the way to here, like that, all right? And we'll go like this and all the way to there. So we're going to be able to see that from here. We might even be able to see it from here. So this might actually come up like this. And then this whole section here is going to come out to here like that. Okay. So when you come in the house, you'll go down this hallway and the stairs are going to be here. So if we did that, the question is, how wide do we want our stairs? So we need to find the midpoint of this point, right? So that is 23 feet, 4 inches, which would be what, 11 foot 8. So basically right there is going to be, actually be the next one, wouldn't it? Be that one is the center point. All right. If that's the case, then let's come out like 6 feet. All right. And then let's come over here and let's go 6 foot 8. Yeah, that's cool. 6 foot 8. Okay. Let's go like this. You'll see what I'm doing here in a second. All right. And then over here, I'll bring this out to there. We're going to make this 6 foot 8 to there. So the inside dimension is 6'8", right? Yeah. So that's got to come across to there. That inside dimension 6'8". Yep. Okay, cool. And then we want to go 6'8" this way, 6'8". Okay. We'll come all the way out to here. Make sure everything stays the same. We'll go like that. And then this is going to come across like this. And then like this. Okay. Now, that is not going to be the extent of the staircase. So this is going to be like this. All right. So when you come in, you're going to go up steps, up steps, up steps, if possible. All right. So what I want to have it do, hopefully this works out. This might be too many. This might be too much space for the stairs, because the stairs in this game are kind of funky. So what I want to have done is I want to be able to see the edge of the stairs from outside. So I'm going to leave about a 2-foot buffer on this wall like this. Okay. Like that. So the stairs are going to be here. There'll be a buffer that you can see the stairs from the outside wall. Just on the front edge. So this is going to have to be 2 stories out here for sure. All right. So what we're going to have to do, since we know that this section here is going to be 2 stories. Nope. Undo that. Oh God, man, my whole program like went off. Let's undo that. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Bring this up to here. That across. All right. And then I know that this is going to have to come all the way basically to here. And this is going to come all the way up. And then it's going to come across. And this is going to come back basically to there. All right. And then we don't need that. We might make this little section a little bit taller. We'll see. So that's a big area for stairs. Not going to lie. Tack on it. What am I clicking? That's a really big area for stairs compared to the rest of the house. So I actually don't like that. I don't like how big that is. So I'm thinking that maybe instead of a 6-foot stairs, we actually use it like a 5-foot step. So let's go in here and change this to like 5'4". Okay. And so we're going to change this up a little bit. Actually, you know what? Let's just keep it. Let's see what it looks like real quick. I don't know. Like, let's go ahead and do this. I just want to see something real quick. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that either, but that's fine. So if I grabbed that, we brought this all the way out to here. It's just a lot to look at for glass, isn't it? It's fine. It's fine. All right. So if we're at 10 foot, here's how you do stairways. Well, not like exactly, but this is how you typically would do stairways. You take the total height. So I'm at what? 11. I'm at 12 foot. So if I came up 6 foot, that would be my midpoint right? So this would be my midpoint right there. And we would carry that all the way to here, right? So this is going to be my landing for my stairs right there. Okay, so this is going to be our landing, and it's going to come all the way across to this wall. Boink. Okay, it's going to come all across to this wall. I don't know why that is 8 foot wide. Oh, that's where I messed up, guys. That's where I messed up. That's where I messed up. It's 6 foot. I'm 6'8". Okay, this is where. Okay, let's undo all this. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, and that and that. Okay, cool. Let's come back in here and redo this. So I want it to be, there's 6 foot, all right? So I need this to be literally right here. That is the edge of my stairs. Okay? Not this. None of this. So let's just go ahead and get rid of this. Okay? And then I want to go, so I don't know how big I want this though. That's the only problem. And then let's go, let's just say that's where we want it to be, right? All right. So if I come up 5'4", that's 6 foot, counting the block below us. All right. If I come across 5'4", that's 6 foot. Right. That's all the bigger this needs to be right there. That's my stairs. I don't need any of this stuff. It's too much. And then all I got to do is come out from here, come out from here to here. And then I want to come out 2 blocks right there. And I want that to be my exterior wall. So you can see it's going to get a whole lot smaller, which is fine. Right, and then we'll connect all of this jazz to there, and then this all the way up, and then this is going to go away. All of this goes away. Cool. All right, so I don't need any of that. I don't need this wall telling me where to go. Okay, cool. So that's how wide that should be. 6 foot. Perfect. And then let's do it the same. So I want it to be 5'4". Counting that other block is 6 foot. So this is where the other stairs will start. And then counting this block, 5'4" to there. So that's where the stairs should end. That looks a whole lot better than what it did. Not gonna lie. We'll keep this here though. Or we'll keep that quarter there. We just didn't need the stairs to be that massive. That looked like way out of proportion. And that's why. So now we know. I'm not even gonna say it. All right, so bring this across to there or there. That's fine. I'm just gonna, we'll just delete it. This is going to have a big roof on it too, so not worry about that. Get rid of this. I can go ahead and connect these two though, just so we can see where the structure is. Oh, that looks so much better. That looks so much better. So much better. All right, so, and then that's going to be, our landing is going to go from basically, you know, like this. There, that's going to come across like this. You're not going to see this side of the stairs, so I'm not worried about that. All right, that landing's going to come all the way across to the outside wall. Bam. Perfect. There. All right. So that's our stairs. Okay. I can get rid of this and that. We'll get rid of all this later. And then I want to copy this, grab that all the way through to there. And then our slab will be all the way out to here. And then I don't need our entryway. You know what? I don't really need our front entryway to be that big. So we could technically have like, you know, we could technically have the entryway start here. Like I don't, oh, that's not what we wanted. We wanted this. I could have it start here, so it's not very deep, but you come in and it's, would I have enough room for a table there? Probably not. So let's actually have it start, just don't want this to interfere with anything. So let's go ahead and have it start here without that extra piece again. Get rid of this, all right, and we'll get rid of that, okay? And then I wanna go ahead and fix our slab here. Cool, that works for me. So you're gonna walk in, you're not gonna have anything here. We'll have something that comes up to there. This is probably all going to be, a post or something there maybe. I don't know how we're going to address that situation right there, but most likely there'll be a post or something there. And then I'd probably go ahead and fill this in to there just so it matches. And then do we want to, I don't need this center point anymore either. So let's just go and get rid of that. This is all going to be entryway. Now our entryway doesn't have to be a full 10 feet or a full 2 stories. It could just be, you know, it could come up to like just a random arbitrary height, like 14 foot and come across, right? And then, Jesus, I'm going to do this like the whole entire time we play this game, okay? And then come up there. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing renovate. Right. So let's just say our entryway is only 14 foot because this whole side of the house is only going to be the 10 foot. So I don't need it to be that tall, but that gives a little thing going on here. So I like that. And it also gives you kind of you know, this is going to step down, step down. What we might do is have this, let's actually bring this back to here. All right. And then we're going to bring this across. What we might do is have the actual hallway space be 2 stories though, right here. And you'll see why when we get to that point. It's in my head. Yeah, I like that better. And then we'll have this. Yeah, I like that better. I like that a whole lot better. Okay, cool. So that's going to be our entryway. We'll figure out the door design. Just remember, these are boxes, so the final product isn't going to look exactly like this, okay? So we're going to have a hallway that's coming down towards the kitchen, right? Now, we could have an entryway going into the dining room from here, which I think I want to do. So let's maybe have it like there and then have it kind of about that wide. I like that. Let's get rid of this. Actually, let's do one less on this side, like that. Yeah, that's better. That way it lines up with the stairs, sorta, kinda, maybe not. And then I'm gonna have this hallway continue its way down there, so the hallway can come to the kitchen. Now, do we need it to go to the pantry? I don't think so, but I wouldn't mind having another powder room for the guests down here somewhere. When I say powder room, it means like a half bath, just so guests can use it while they're in the kitchen. But I wouldn't mind having the kitchen literally come all the way out to this wall, just glass coming into the kitchen. I think that'd be cool. So I'm going to get rid of this little wall here. I didn't mean to do that. Fill that in. Actually, we know what? We need to fill this in anyways, just to get an idea. To there. Nice. But yeah, I like the idea of like coming in, looking down this way. This whole wall's going to be glass. Let's bump this out like to there, and then let's bring this across to here. Let's bring this wall on down. Let's get rid of that again, dang it, and let's get rid of that wall. Let's copy that. All right, and then a little powder room right here would not be that bad, or even better yet, I have a better idea. So if this is going to be the entryway into our house, right, I think what we want to do is we'll have a 3-car garage, and then I'm going to have let's go ahead and grab this. I'm going to have like a little storage room that's going to come to about right there. And then let's have this hallway come across, right? And we're going to have like a little side entrance here to the house. But I don't want it to maybe, do we want it to have it come all the way through the kitchen? I'm almost thinking about having this come in like this and not have that bump out like that. Yeah, we'll play with that later. But I want cabinets on this wall so I can look out that way. Cabinets across here. Maybe, yeah, we'll see. I do want this to be like a hallway though. So I do want that to be a hallway. This is still going to be part of that room. So you're not going to see this. All right. And then we need to get rid of that. No framers were injured in the production of this house. And then we're going to get rid of this for right now. So the kitchen's going to be open to this room. We don't need these anymore. We figured out the center, and we're not going to need this anymore. Yep. Actually that's fine. Always going to come this way and then go around the corner. Is that okay? Yeah, I guess that's okay. That kind of separates the, this kind of like invites people to come in and then turn this way and not actually see the entryway that's going to go back to the master. So it keeps the master a little bit private. Let's go ahead and copy that. And then let's go like this. That works. Beautiful. All right. So my only thing I want to work on is to get this, because if I'm coming in the garage, I wouldn't mind having a side entryway right here, right? Like a little side, maybe a porch. And let's copy that. And then even like a little side space for guests to come in if they wanted to. And maybe it only is like this large. If this is the porch, then this is the actual living space. And then I could have people come around. The powder room could be back here, powder bath. And then maybe there's like a closet or something here. But the door would be here. And then maybe we still have this. That could still be, we could come in. That would work. If we had a door that went through all the way through. So maybe you don't have to, you know, if you're coming in the side, let's say you have guests come over, right? Let's say you're in a party and guests come and they park here. They come in, they bring their party supplies, right? If we had this as like the prep kitchen pantry area, let's say, they could walk all the way through this, right? They could have a door here that goes to that room. So I like that idea. Let's go ahead and bring this mark across to here. Oh, we didn't line that up, did we? my bad. There we go. Get rid of that. Bam. All right. I just want to get this this small first floor laid out, and then we will probably, like I said, jump on a stream maybe this week if you guys don't mind and do this. You guys let me know if this excites you that I'm doing this. And also, are you going to support me? Are you going to support are you going to support my goal of winning? All right, let's go ahead and give this a ceiling all the way to here and a floor. We're going to work on the second floor next time. I don't know if this is going to be the full second floor or not. All right. But we're laying it out. We're laying it out. All right. And then, like I said, I don't know if I like this little point jutting out here. I almost wonder if we should bring this in. What would this look like if we brought it in instead? Floor plan wise. I didn't want to do that. Dang it. I keep hitting a Control Z. I keep hitting Control X, and it's taking me out of my thing. It's taking my mojo. So if we entered the kitchen here, and this had a long wall of... Oh, I like that better. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. This could probably still be here, just on the second floor. We'll see. But I like this better. I like this better than what we had. Yeah, I like that a lot better. Because I could put a door here like we have in the dining room. I don't know what the frick that was. Just another mess up. And then, actually, that's too low. Yeah, this is all too low. Bam. You seeing how it's laying out now? Is it starting to make sense? This is going to go all the way back like this and then down. All right. Yeah, I like that a lot better. 1,000 times better. And then this is going to come up like this. I'm just going to draw this as a wall because it's not going to be, it's going to be solid. This is probably going to only be one floor. Dang it. Man, if I do that one more freaking time, I know you guys can't see what's going on. My keyboard is slid over just a fraction of an inch and my hands are on the wrong keys. All right. So we'll bring that back, bring this on back, bring this up. Yep, that's fine. And then I don't know exactly where this is going to be. We're going to work on this one next too. We're working on the whole bedroom wing, like the upstairs and the other in the next episode. So please come back and watch. Or if you see me advertise for our live stream, please come and watch. So yeah, and this is going to be all covered right here. So this is actually going to come all the way across like this. So that's all going to be covered because this is going to be... the bar. The bar is going to sit here, and I'm going to have an entryway into there. We don't need this here. That's not going to be there. You're going to walk into the kitchen. I'll probably have just a stub wall like this, just to block the face of the kitchen cabinet. And we'll have this go up. Yeah. This is cool. All right, I'm just trying to figure out some things. Let's go all the way up to there. Pull this across. Yep. Pull that across and up. This is going to be a solid wall, so we could go ahead and put a solid wall here. It's going to be a solid wall all the way up. So when you're looking in, that's going to be the kitchen wall. That's going to be all cabinets. It's going to be a solid wall here. All right. We'll have a doorway into there. This is going to be a solid wall. Actually, we could have a door there if we wanted to. A side doorway into the garage. This will be a solid wall. This is going to be a solid wall. All right, we're doing good, guys. We're doing good. This is going to be a solid wall. We'll have a... Oops, I didn't mean to make that tall. Crap, it should only be this tall. Yeah, we'll fix that. That's the garage's different heights in the house. Cool. All right, guys, I've been recording for quite some time. You guys let me know. Here, let's get a screenshot from this side. You guys let me know what you think. I know it looks weird, but let me know if you're excited about it. I'm going to take a screenshot here, and then we'll post this, and you guys let me know in the comments what you think, and hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, smack the like button, hit the subscribe button. Like I said, this is the challenge that's currently on the mod.io for House Flipper 2. I was sent an email, asked to participate, so we're going to, and I'm going to record and live stream the whole entire process. I have the whole entire month of August to do this, so we're going to be spending a lot of time. This one's going to be fully decked out. This isn't just going to be something that we design and not finish the rooms. We're going balls to the wall on this one. So if you guys are part of Discord, or if you aren't, if you have any pictures that are kind of like Art Deco modern pictures, put them in Discord. There's a place that says submit your pics. Just put them in there. There's also a House Flipper 2 tab that's got submit your pics on it too. Put them in either place. I don't care. Which will be great. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Click the like button if you liked it. Click the subscribe button if you're new. And I'll catch you next time.